Hello. This is Adrian, Capricorn Tigress of astrological.com. I'm back. We're going to go right into it. We're going to start on the sign of Libra. And Libra, this is happening in your 10th house. That means this is all happening in the house of the career. The funny thing is the 10th house is the natural house of Capricorn, which is the opposite of Cancer. And we're in Cancer season, and this was a Cancer new moon we just went through. It's the house of Capricorn. And so you're basically opposed right now, or this emphasis is opposing its own home, right? Cancer normally is in the 4th house. Cancer in the 10th house is a place that Cancer normally isn't, right? It's in its unnatural home right now. But the funny thing is, I just happen to notice from being an astrologer that Cancer in the 10th house is known for publicity. It is famous for it. You as a Libra, you might even work in a field that has to do with something like publicity or marketing or anything that has to do with appealing to a large audience, like advertising. I just have a feeling that some Libras might work in that type of field anyway, because you're known for being a mediator and being able to weigh the different choices, like you're the perfect A/B tester. So some Libras might be in a public relations type field or doing something publicly, and you'll feel this over the next couple of weeks because the moon is there. I don't know if you've not been doing anything that has to dealing with the public. If not, then this would be a great time to recommit to your career, to getting yourself back out there, to putting yourself out and appealing to other people on an emotional level. Because I feel like that's one of the things about having this new moon in Cancer in your 10th house, is that there's probably going to be this weird appeal or ability to appeal to other people's emotions. I don't have that normally for myself. So I know how important it is to be able to do that, to be able to touch people on an emotional level and to take them to a place of your choice. Like, you know, as a person, I'm a meditation facilitator. As a speaker, as a meditation facilitator, as a healer, I feel that is an extreme gift to be able to take people on that journey with you and have them feel you emotionally, or you be able to feel them emotionally as you're going through whatever this journey is. That's a gift. And if you have that ability, you have that gift, then definitely exercise that gift in what you do. Yeah, that's your power. You know, sometimes I think the Libra weighing things, balancing things, you know, just kind of wanting to have too many meetings, too many, let's talk this over, let's have some type of board, get together. You know, some people are more action oriented. Like, I know my daughter has her North Node in Aries, and her thing is always about doing the thing. Like, it's always about action. And some people are not really about that. Now, Libra up in the 10th house is probably the opposite of having that do the thing. I think you probably want it to be perfect in a way, like you want it to be attractive and you want it to be appealing. And so you might look at some aesthetic things that, you know, someone that has, say, Aquarius in the 10th house might not do, or Aries. The other thing, Libra, I think, is that this is probably a time to start on a new career path. Like, let's say, for instance, I don't know if you've had trouble with your current job. if you have been thinking about getting a new job. But this is a new start in the career area. So I would think if you need a new start in the career area, this is the time you begin that new path, journey, that new start in the career. Okay, so that is my advice to you. I also want you to be good to your family, because I just sense that, you know, sometimes, especially when the moon is opposed its own home, like its own home is the 4th house. So if it's going to be opposing itself, it you know, it might be weird. So I want you to just really take care of yourself, you know, take care of yourself and take care of the people you love. Don't put all your energy into work and ignore like the people that you love, you know, like your family, your children or whatnot. Because sometimes we can get too involved in our work and then we'll lose touch with other things, because this is where all the emphasis is at. It's in your work. You might just get emotional. I just sense there's some emotional because it's Cancer and it was a new moon. So it might have been something new started. Hope it ain't gossip or something at work or something like that. So here's some of the cards that came out. First card was free yourself. Free yourself from what, Libra? It says it's time to take back control of your life. What are you stuck in? I just sense you've gotten yourself stuck in something. Maybe it is a work related where you just feel like you're stuck maybe in your job. That could be it. You could free yourself. You also got the chemistry card, so there could be some chemistry. There's some strong magnetic attraction going on here. But to give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. I'm just wondering if you're being pulled in one direction, but your partnership's in the other direction, right? You better be careful where you're pulled to. Keep an open mind, whatever this is. Says your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations, and this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner that you seek. You do deserve love. All Libras deserve love. You are lovable. All Libras are lovable. And new love. This has something to do with a new love. I mean, almost every card was about you getting this love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. There it is again. Release your ex. I guess if you are going to move on to a new one, you better get rid of the old. I'm just saying. Release that ex. The time has come to clear your energy. And if that ex ain't did you right and you've had some troubles, then you know why you're releasing them. And you know why you're being drawn to the new one. Whatever's going on, playfulness. This is a time of flirtation. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. But this is basically about flirting. Okay? I feel like there's somebody new that's tempting you, that you are interested in, that might be interested in you. And on the bottom of the deck is attraction, every card. You attract romantic love and by enjoying this moment fully. So I just feel like, yeah, enjoy it, whatever it is. There's flirting going on. You just need to get rid of that ex, because there's a new love that wants to come in, and you deserve love. So if your ex wasn't giving you love, and especially if this could be the one, don't mess up if this is the one. You got to keep an open mind. And, you know, I mean, if you want to give your relationship a chance, your old one or your new one, it started with free yourself, though. That's just saying. You need to get out of whatever the heck you're in. I don't like telling people they need to leave, but, you know, sometimes we gotta go. Gotta go. Just saying. Anyway, if you're a Libra, let me know. Let me know if what I said, if anything, if it resonated with you. Especially if you're at that crossroads between the old and the new. We've all been there, so we all know what that feels like. Most of us have been there. I shouldn't say all, because I'm one of those people who had way too many relationships. And so when I talk like everyone else has been in like 70 relationships, but not everyone has. And I realized I was a tramp. And some of you Libras might be too, because you're also ruled by Venus. I got Venus as my most elevated planet. So I attracted a lot of partners. I got Mars and Leo in the 7th house. Some Libras might have that too. For some reason, I was moved to say this. But just make sure that before you move on to the next, that you get rid of the ex. Okay? That's my advice to you, Libra. Much love, much light from Capricorn Tigers of Astrology, a look inside. Many blessings. So let's move on to the next sign. And Libra, let me know in the comments if you are a Libra, by the way. Let me know. Okay, next sign is Scorpio, and I love Scorpios. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, first of all, the man who raised me, my dad, was Scorpio. My brother Kevin's a Scorpio. My brother John's a Scorpio. My little cousin Simone, who passed away last year, she was a Scorpio. We had a lot of Scorpios in our family. So I have a special place in my heart for Scorpio. And Scorpio, I feel like this is going to be a really interesting month for some Scorpios. For one thing, I just want to say that you're going to have a freedom that you haven't had in 7 years, because Uranus is finally going to leave Taurus and it's going to go into Gemini. But Scorpios, you've been dealing with this Uranus this whole time. And I had just mentioned that a cousin of mine who was a Scorpio passed away last year. And when it happened, Uranus was going through on her moon in the 6th house. First of all, she had a progressed moon in the 6th house, so it was all about health anyway. But, and just not knowing about it, you know what I mean? But Uranus was there. And I know that some Scorpios have gone through a really rough 7 years off and on because of Uranus. So on the 9th of July, Uranus moves into Gemini and will be out of Taurus, which means it will stop whatever. Most of you will begin to feel the ease of the opposition of Uranus to your suns or moons or risings or whatever, start to ease off starting in July. Okay. So where is the emphasis going to be for Scorpio? Over the next few weeks, you're going to be looking at 9th house issues. And what are 9th house issues really? I mean, what are we talking about here? When we're looking at the 9th house, we are looking at things like legalities. It could be law. I don't know why, but I just sense that some Scorpios could be dealing with legal issues. There's a lot of legal issues going on in the country, and some Scorpios might be having to deal with it, whether it's because of things like immigration, or maybe you're someone who's out picketing. There's a lot of people picketing right now. It could be whatever it is, it just affects your life in some way. I will say that the 9th house is also God. It is the house, the God principle house. So you could be dealing with your spirituality more. You might be dealing with going to church or meditation, if it takes that form of spirituality. Or it could be where you may be going back to school or planning something like that. Because education is also very 9th house. Some Scorpios might want to get educated. I know there's a lot of courses and stuff coming out suddenly about AI, and a lot of people are, wanting to learn more about that. So stuff like that. It could also be travel, and June is famous for travel. So is July. We got the 4th of July coming up in like 2 weeks. And I feel like there might be some Scorpios that are doing a lot of travel, maybe because of the Independence Day or 4th of July happening. But I did hear, as far as travel, and I will give this warning to all Scorpios, like, I just heard if you're American, like, we're really not supposed to be traveling, outside of the country. Like, it's dangerous times to do so. You might not be able to get back in. Like, oh no, like unless you know where you're going is somewhere you can stay and you want to stay, I would not chance it. And I've been seeing people take their cruises and stuff like it's normal. I'm like, oh, we've got crazy stuff going on in the nation right now. People are taking a chance and they don't even realize it. So I want you to be extra cautious, Scorpio, if you are traveling anywhere outside of the US and you are a US citizen, or you're a non-US citizen inside of the US, and you know who you are. If you weren't born here, then you know you're at risk, because some people that they're messing with were actually even born here, but they're still calling them illegal or whatever. So if you're second generation or something like that, I want you to be cautious of how weird it really has been for so many people so far. And everyone thinks they're exempt, but I don't think anyone truly is, because one of the things I saw in a group today was, it's like, oh, well, I'm legal. I've got proof. I can prove that I was born here, that I'm a U.S. citizen. They're like, yeah, but if there's no recourse for you to go to a court or a hearing or any place to prove or show your, say, birth certificate, your passport, your ID, whatever it is, how do you prove it? How do you prove who you are if they don't ever give you an opportunity to prove who you are? That's why there needs to be a line of doing it so that it makes sense. At this point, it's just abduction. It doesn't make sense. So everybody, regardless if you're, been here and your family's been here forever, make sure all your documents are up to date, that you're protected and you're safe. I feel like with Jupiter and Cancer, everything is about protection and safety, and especially over the next 2 weeks when we're dealing with the influence of the new moon in Cancer. So some Scorpios might feel that it is your 9th house. That 9th house covers a lot, and a lot of people don't realize it, because the entire policing system, like our entire legal system, the government system, all the things that you're seeing, like with ICE and immigration, anything that has to do with foreign affairs, anything that has to do with diplomacy, or like the embassies. There's been the embassy warnings. I've been seeing a lot. The embassy issues, like in Israel and other locations, that's been all over the place. That embassy, that's 9th house. So if you're a Scorpio and you're in that situation, try to get to safety as much as possible. Okay. So I'm pulling, what I've done is I'm not only just talking, because I am not using any AI in this. This is all coming from me, and it's the message I know that I'm supposed to tell people, because I really feel like it's important for me to take time to actually provide you guys with some type of message that I get for the signs every month. If that's something that you guys like, please let me know in the comments, because I have seriously been thinking about just doing education, and I think you guys want to have your own readings and stuff like that, right? So that's why I keep trying to provide some type of value for you. But let's see what the cards want to tell the sign of Scorpio. I think we've got all the cards that want to come out for you, Scorpio. And the first card, and by the way, I'm doing the love romance angel deck, because for some reason, it's Cancer, and I feel like if we can't love each other, if we can't love our families, if we can't love the people that love us, and we've got a problem, and we needed to get back to love. So the first card you got is engagement, and it really is saying get back to love. Engagement just means your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, but it does mean that you're spending more time with, that certain other person. If it's about your love life, it could just be about loving the people you love. And if you're not in a relationship, you don't got that special love, it's worth waiting for, whatever this is. Divine timing is outworking your love life. And so something might come. There might even be a wedding. You might find the one over the next couple of weeks. Just know that. This situation involves marriage. Love yourself first, whatever you do, Scorpio. Your self-respect does make you more romantically attractive. It's true. Ain't nothing worse than seeing somebody that ain't got no self-respect. So respect yourself, right? Respect yourself. Don't disrespect yourself. Because when you disrespect yourself, you're actually kind of disrespecting the person that's pursuing you, because they want you to be, that hot person too. They don't want you to be all messed up. There is an attraction going on here somewhere. You attract romantic love by enjoying the moment fully. Be yourself. Have a good time. You're going to attract love. Playfulness. Look at this. Flirting. You're flirting with somebody. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Oh yeah, honeymoon. It's all over your reading. All kind of attraction and flirting and playfulness. This honeymoon. Enjoy the fun and bliss of time together. I feel like some Scorpios, you guys are either in that honeymoon phase with a new person you just met, or you're like flirting with them. You know, that playful period in the beginning. There is a separation. You might be separated from who you normally are with. That's probably maybe why you're, you know, got this new thing going. There's time apart from a partner is on the horizon. So if you have not, that might not have already happened, or it might have. Just know that. You know, sometimes it's hard. It's that period between relationships. That's what I'm sensing. You're another sign I felt that was for them too. And sometimes we have to go through that awkward period where it's between the relationship. Like the old relationship did not work out. It is not what we wanted. We are not happy with that situation. And we're basically ready to move on. Or we might just be lucky enough to find someone who embodies what it is that we really want, and we realize, oh, that's what I want. This is not what I want. Some people are tolerating being in relationships that are not what they want, and then something might come along that makes you realize, oh, this is not what I want, because it becomes intolerable. When you're in something, especially when you meet what you want. Sometimes you don't even realize that you don't have what you want until you meet what you want. And then you're like, oh, I can't tolerate that anymore because I have found what I want. And now you want what you want, and you have to move onward toward that. That is a very painful time in a relationship. There's all sense of betrayal. There's guilt. There's so much that goes on in that in-between phase in a relationship when you are with one and you're leaving to go to the other. So make sure you do it right. Don't hurt anybody. Do not create any bad karma, Scorpio. The last thing any Scorpio needs at this time is bad karma. Okay. And I will say this. I think it's probably because Jupiter is in Cancer, but Scorpios, y'all are obviously riding a chain of luck, because I heard that Diddy has been released and the charges dropped, and I'm in shock over that. So that is one of the luckiest things I've ever seen, and I feel like there are some Scorpios that are experiencing those type of luck and miracles. And I think that you, as a Scorpio, should expect a year of it. I mean, Jupiter's going to be in Cancer. That's going to affect this 9th house all year. I think you'll have miracles in this area. So when it comes to education, when it comes to travel, when it comes to God, when it comes to miracles, when it comes to legal things, the government, whatever it is, whatever you're doing, Scorpio, I feel like you'll feel that. And you'll also feel that the release of that burden of that Uranus, I think, opposing you. So I expect this to be a good couple of weeks for Scorpio. Make the best of it and get the most out of it, okay? Much love to you, Scorpio. Many blessings. And if you're a Scorpio, let me know in the comments that you're a Scorpio. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, okay? Blessings to you. Much love. So we're going to move on to the next sign. And the next sign is the sign of Sagittarius. And I always say this, but in Eastern astrology, I am a double Sagittarius. In Western astrology, I'm a double Capricorn. Not weird. But Saggy, this is happening in your 8th house. So we know, let's just stop right now and talk about it. We know it's all about the money. I can tell you right now, my money has not been right. It has not been right at all. I am barely squeaking by. And I am praying for a miracle. I am praying for a miracle to happen in the area of money. I am praying that other people feel moved to send me money, and that money comes to me from all different ways, in all different forms, and ways that I can't even comprehend. That's what I pray for. This is a time of that, because this is where money comes in from other sources. The 8th house is a money house, but it's usually from other sources, like your partner. So if you've got a partner, you might get money from your partner. If you got someone that is like a business partner, you might get money from your business partners. If you got, like, say, an insurance annuity or something like that, or a 401k, or some type of investment or stock or something, you might get money in from that. You might hit the lottery. You might get an inheritance. The 8th house is money. It is other people's money. So it's about getting other people to send that money in your direction, in your way. If it's joint money, it's money that's between you and another person, then it's joint money. But it's getting money in from an outside source. That's not normally the source of money that is your money. Now, the 8th house can be sex. That could also be how you're getting your money. I'm not passing judgment. The 8th house is also death. So some people could be getting money from things like inheritance, because someone passed and they left something, or an insurance policy. It might be that you have to create your own will and, set up your own legacy. They call it the legacy documents, stuff like that. Get insurance. Make sure your insurance is paid. But it could just be money. A lot of times this house is just solely about money. It's almost always about money. Almost always. It affects, because it's about other people paying you or giving you money. And it affects everything. If you can somehow find a way to get other people to give you money, money comes in from an outside source. I want to say we self-generate the money, but we don't. We got to have a second or outside party send us the money, whether it's a boss, whether it's a client, or something like that. Or we end up having to pay the money to, some outside source. So I really want people to pay attention to this, because I really don't know if enough people pay attention to this. And I just wanted to make a big deal about this 8th house and the importance of it, what it means, and how it's going to affect you, Sagittarius. Because Saggies are usually very lucky. What I don't want to see is some Sagittarius like playing the lotto or gambling with someone else's money, right? If it ain't your money to gamble with, don't you gamble with somebody else's money. And take care of whatever money you get. Understand the value of money. The money, especially when Cancer is in that house, we're talking about it being like your sense of security. And really, in a way, how you love and nurture yourself. You having money, I think, is akin to feeling nurtured in a way, probably, Saggy, when over the next few weeks. So it might come from someone that loves you, or money might come from someone you love, or it might just from family, or something like that. Or you might need more money for your home, or it might be money that you get from, say, the equity in your home. That might be something that's could happen for Saggy too. So this is all about money. But the 8th house is also about going deep and regeneration. It's a house of Pluto. It's a very deep house. So I feel like some Sagittarius are dealing with deep, dark issues. Like death is a deep issue. If you're dealing with any form of death, that's a deep issue. That's dark. You might be dealing with things that are affecting you psychologically, because the 8th house is really the psychological house too. And so you might need to get some therapy or talk to like a counselor or a psychiatrist or someone like that, Sagittarius. There's nothing wrong with that. I know some people are embarrassed about that type of thing, but sometimes we need to talk to a professional. And if there's something going on and you need to talk to a professional, do that. Make sure you put your emotional I don't want to say safety, but just your emotional like stability first, right? Put yourself first in that way, like where you're feeling emotionally stable when it comes to money in particular. I'm hoping that you don't have like this topsy-turvy vibe when it comes to money. The good thing is that when it's the new moon, it's, you know, it's the sun and the moon are together. So they're kind of like in cahoots with each other. They're in unison. There's not the kind of stress that comes with like a square or an opposition. That's what's going to happen in 2 weeks. When the moon is full in Capricorn, we're going to feel that stress. But for now, over the next 2 weeks, I'm feeling that whatever is going on in this 8th house, I feel like it's going to feel, you know, it's all in unison. It's all in agreement with whatever it is. I don't feel the stress there coming from this. It's whatever is happening is meant to be is meant to be. And hopefully you're going to put things in place that are going to improve your situation. But what is meant to be is meant to be. And you're going to experience that over the next few weeks, especially when it comes to money. You might experience some crazy miracle or something with money. It'll be interesting to see what happens. If you're a Sagittarius, definitely let me know in the comments. And if you've experienced anything remotely like a miracle when it comes to money. Okay, so I have been shuffling the whole time, and these are the cards that came out. And I want to tell you what these cards are, because I'm pulling just some cards from this angel, the Romance Angels deck. And that's what I've got here. They've called the last time I was recording. That just shows how often they're calling, and it's not even my bill. Anyway, the first card is getting to know each other. So I feel like for Sagittarius, you might be getting to know someone better as you reveal your innermost secrets or your innermost selves to each other. Then your bond with that person deepens. And here's honeymoon. So you might just be in that phase right now. You know, the honeymoon phase where I just told another sign out, where you're getting to know each other. That's what they call the honeymoon phase. When that first glow of love, oh, so good when you first meet. Whatever it is, make the effort. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps that you're guided to take. So make effort in there and engage with the person. Engagement. Your love life is extending to a higher level of commitment, especially when you take the time to engage with that person. And trust. The situation is calling for you to have trust and have faith. And on the bottom of the deck, it says unrequited love. There might be some unrequited love. Someone might love you, Saggy, and you don't even know it. Or you might love someone and have not shown it. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep the relationship going. So maybe it's something you just stay in the background with, because you might feel like there's just not enough there to make anything of it. But there might be someone who is in the background. I just sense that if you take the time to get to know each other, something might bloom out of this. That's what I'm sensing for Sagittarius, okay? So Sagittarius, if you're a Saggy, let me know in the comments that you're a Sagittarius. And let me know if that resonated with you at all, if you've got anything going. And, also, I hope that you are doing everything you can to protect your finances, okay? So much love to you, Sagittarius, and much love to all the signs. This has been Capricorn Tigress of astrology, a look inside.com. Much love.